Good morning, everyone. Aloha and welcome to Tuesday Training with Onyx and Sheila. And today it's all about you. And we have asked you to come and tell us your story, your testimonials about the X39. But before you can do that, I'm kicking it across the country to the beautiful Onyx in Aspen.
Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, Miss Sheila. She's beautiful as always. I wanted to share a few announcements. Lori, the president of the company, had sent me a note just the other day. She is in Asia right now, actually doing a few meetings across Asia. I think she'll be back in the next couple of days, but she indicated that the American market is still ahead of Japan, which is fantastic. It just shows the level of growth that we're experiencing here in the US with the focus of X39. X39 continues to be more than 80% of corporate's total sales. And the quantum field X39 team continues to be the fastest growing organization in the whole company. So it's really, really neat to watch everybody bloom and grow. I also wanted to remind everyone, because some people are getting lost, our website to share is startx39.com. So don't get lost on other websites. You want to be using startx39.com. It is now translated into 104 languages. And Sierra has just finished. We've got some more stuff that's actually coming onto that site. One of the things that we're doing, you'll notice in the QF Team Biz site, we're working on shifting that as well, is we will still have the ability for you to push a button and receive it as a PDF. But if we have the PDF actually listed on the site, then it can be translated into other languages. So it means that we're having to build some of the sites slightly different so that we can translate into all the languages. So we're working on getting the QF Team Biz translated. We've got international team growing everywhere. It's growing in Israel, it's growing in Portugal, it's growing in Taiwan, it's growing in Malaysia, it's growing all over Europe. And just, it's like, holy moly, it's exploding. Australia, but Australians are good because they speak English. But in other markets, you know, they don't speak English. So we need to be able to Chinese. I've got some of the videos have now been translated into Chinese as well. So you will see some more continue to have upgrades. We're continuing to work on best ways to deal as this organization continues to expand. But remember, focus in the local market. So let's say that corporate wide, we did 25 million last month in sales. Realistically, the United States business probably did 10 million. So this is the perfect time for you to be building business. I've seen this happen before. I physically have experienced it. That momentum in the US is just going to go like this. So for me, I tell all of you, build locally. Don't spend your time trying to, spread out everywhere. Spend your time focusing your 331 locally. Doesn't mean you can't pick up people in other states or in other countries. You can, but focus your 331 on your local market. Your business will really grow. If you were not on Saturday's training call, which was the 90-day run to Aruba with Tim, I had actually Neve, one of my daughters, she cut it. You can find it on the YouTube page, so you can just listen to Tim's training. And not only was he funny, because he kept going to the camera and goes, "Can we make money at this?" It was so funny. Everybody, he's patching, "Can we make money at this?" So it's really, really a fun training, but he did an excellent job. And so if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go to the Onyx Coale YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and then look specifically for that video. It's one, something that you'll probably enjoy for yourself, but two, it's probably a video you're going to want to share with your team. So look for that video. The other thing I wanted to mention, because, we've got a whole new layer of team that's growing up, and some of you all are coming out of your 90-day diamond period. So once you've come out of the 90-day period, most people, you start at whatever you start at, whether you start at silver or gold or platinum or diamond, whatever you can afford. Don't start at more than you can afford. So let's say you came in as a silver, and next month you upgraded to gold, that's fine. And the next month you upgraded to platinum, that's fine. And the month after you upgraded to diamond. When you hit diamond, that's when your 90-day window starts. Now, what is that window? It gets you the full 19 sleeves. It also brings the purchase price down to $84 a sleeve, and it qualifies you in points for the next 90 days for auto ship. So you don't need to place an auto ship order when you're in that 90-day window. The other thing it does is it qualifies you as a senior director, which means during that 90-day period, everybody that you personally sponsor as a diamond, you earn a $500 bonus. After that, once any week that you are qualified as a senior director or higher, you will continue to earn the $500 bonus. But I want you all to understand how that 90-day window works with Diamond. On top of that, once you're done with that window, you have two choices. You can put yourself on monthly auto ship, no problem at all. You want to be on 110 points minimum in order to be able to rank advanced. So that would be 2 sleeves of X39. Or what I like, and what most of the people in the quantum field team found that they like, is maintenance pack number 3. So if you go into your back office, you'll see it in one of the drop-down menus. It'll say maintenance pack. You go in and you select maintenance pack number 3 is 9 sleeves of X39 for $745 plus taxes and shipping. So that takes the price point down to $84 a sleeve, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. You will pay today. You will receive all 9 sleeves today, but you will get 110 points every month for the next 6 months. So it keeps you auto ship qualified for the next 6 months at 110 points. And you only have to go to the post office or the mailbox, your mailbox, one time. So for me, I love that. And that was one of the things I said to David when I got here. I really want to be able to have a maintenance pack because I don't want to go running to my mailbox. I live in Florida every month looking for my sleeves of X39. I'd rather be able to receive it all and get my points over the next, whatever, 3 months or 6 months. So he organized that 6-month one, which I absolutely love. So if you're coming out of your diamond period, or maybe you upgraded yourself to gold, or maybe you started right at gold, that's fine. At the end of that point, you're going to put yourself either on auto ship, or you also could put yourself right on the maintenance pack right there. So I just wanted to explain how the maintenance packs work. I think they're fantastic. And if you haven't utilized them and you want to utilize them, now you understand. Okay. So today's call, as Sheila said, we're going to do a testimonial call. We haven't done one in a long time, and it's so fun to hear what everyone's personal experiences have been. So I'm going to ask everybody to stay focused on X39 when sharing the product. So when you're talking about a patch, you're talking about the X39 and what it's done for you, how long you've been on. Whatever you want to share with your story is fantastic. Remember, you all, this beautiful little patch does not cure, heal, or treat anything. This patch just allows your body to do what God created it to do, which is to run in perfect order. So it's so amazing, this X39, because we all experience it in a different way because it's individualized. And what I find is that I like to describe it like we all have this little black box inside of us. We have our own little computer, and our computer knows what our body needs. So what my body needs might be completely different than what Sheila's body needs. And we're both wearing the same X39 patch, but we're experiencing different things because Sheila's body is different than my body. Everybody, all of us needs to be drinking more water. None of us drink enough water. I never do a calculation for anyone. I always just say, be sure to put the patch on, 12 hours on, take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate for 12 hours, and then put a new patch on. Now, there's approximately 18 hours of frequency in this patch. I personally would not be reusing these patches. I've heard some things about people resticking them. David would tell you that's extremely unhygienic. I would not be reusing them personally, but you're not going to get the benefit. Remember, we've seen the blood work, and he shows it right there in the story of X39, which you can find on startx39.com. I call that the diamond book. He shows you right there what happens in the blood work after the compounding effect of 7 days of wearing X39 for 12 hours on. Take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate, put a new patch on. So most people that I know, they put these right next to their toothbrushes, brush their teeth in the morning, put the patch on, brush their teeth at night, take the patch right off. So that's the easiest way to remember. The reason we ask you to take it off after 12 hours is because if you wear it for more than 12 hours, you're going to explode. No, I'm only kidding. If you wear it more than 12 hours, what happens is the body does something called attenuation, and the human body is lazy. So for instance, if you all take vitamin D androgynously, the body will stop making vitamin D. So we want your body to continue to manufacture GHK copper peptide. That's why we recommend that you all take it off. and let your body rest and rejuvenate. Remember, the stem cells are moving systemically through the body, and you'll put a new patch on the following day. It doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing about X39. Any spot will do. The stem cells will move systemically through the body looking for your weakest link. Okay, now I promise I'll be quiet, right, Sheila? She's like, she's never quiet. Never, ever, ever. But I promise I will try to be quiet. We have.
It's a good message you shared, Onyx. I mean,
well,
everybody needs to hear that, right?
That's good. That's good. Yes. But I am more interested in hearing everybody's testimonials because that's always so much more fun. It's amazing to hear, what it's done for everybody else. You guys have heard my testimonial a million times, and it's fascinating and I love it. And it's so special because it's mine, but it's really neat to hear how many of you have been blessed, because I always think back to Kathy. And, I think back to the fact that if the chimney sweep hadn't taken a chance and walked across the street and told Kathy to raise up her hair and stick a patch right on her, none of us would be here. And the chimney sweep had no idea that Kathy Rodriguez was good friends with Onyx Coale. And here we all are today. So thank you, Kathy. Thank you for the chimney sweep. You've blessed so many of us. And I look forward to hearing each one of your stories and how X39 has blessed you.
Brilliant.
I'd be
All
quiet now.
right. Well, here we go. I'm going to give you a real quick one. I used to have a big bald patch right here for quite a few years, and now I have all this little fine baby hair. It's amazing. X39 does it again. All right. Who is coming on first? Put your hands up. Steve Littler. Hello, sir. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. The very first thing, when I first got the patch, I put it on my neck and, I felt an immediate surge of energy and brightness in my head. And so now I felt something right away. And I was already thought that, well, I don't have anything really to do. I just thought I'll go do some stem cells for preventative, because I'm getting up in age. So, but I was, well, this is surprising. And then that night I slept so amazing. And I had these vivid full color dreams in Technicolor that I never had before, because I always had, crummy sepia and black and white dreams, and they were terrible and they were repeating. They were the same ones all the time. And now I had this exciting James Bond type of dream, and I beat up the bad guy and I got the girl, and it was like amazing. And I said, well, wow. And that went on for months. And so that was good. And then, after about 3 or 4 months, I had the kind of a Bob Campbell win where every morning when I get up, my feet would hurt when I was, put my feet on the floor to go to the bathroom. And so I realized later, oh, that's a kind of a neuropathy. And so I thought, oh my, that's weird. One morning I got up and said, oh, my feet don't hurt. Because usually I would walk around, take a shower or put my shoes on, then, in 5 minutes I'm fine. And I thought, well, that's just the way it is. But no, now I walk around the house, I got tile floors, I walk around barefoot, I ground myself, and my feet don't hurt. I can go barefoot all day long now. So I'm excited about that because I don't have to go outside to get grounded because, there's so many ants in the yard, it's not safe. So anyway, and then another thing, I used to have a bunch of these acne scars all over my leg and back of my arms and stuff, not on my face, but on my arms and on my legs. And so I have all these acne scars and also had all these dark spots on my arms from the sunspots and stuff. All that cleared up in about 6 months. And now I got nice, smooth skin and all these dark spots on my, are 99% gone. I have hardly any freckles on my arms anymore. And I do go out in the sun and I do take sun every day. So that's pretty good. And I like that.
Well, Steve, I know that since I've met you through Zoom calls and everything, and then got to meet you in person at convention, you look younger too. Okay. You have definitely age reversed on us, sir, for sure. So
I agree,
congratulations.
1,000%, 1,000%, Steve. Yep. I sat next to you last year. I can see a huge difference.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, Steve. And I'm happy on your journey that you have been able to, experience all that wonderful stuff. So yay. Thank you. Miss Vicky, welcome, welcome, my beautiful friend. How are you today?
Doing great. Thank you so much. Our story is my husband and I started on the X39 together. And my husband had had excruciating shoulder pain for a couple of years. We'd been to a doctor and seen the x-rays, and it was bone on bone. We didn't know what to expect, but we just went on faith. And the 6th day he woke up, had 0 shoulder pain. And it has now been 1 year, and he's only had 1 day of shoulder pain in that entire time. And that was a retracing event. That was about 3 weeks down the line. All of a sudden he woke up with that same excruciating pain. And we thought, whoa, what's happening here? But we found out it was retracing. So we just kept on. And the very next day it was gone. So that means in almost a year, he's had 0 excruciating pain except for 1 day of the retracing. There are many other things he's experienced energy-wise and better sleep and that kind of thing, but that's briefly it. For myself, I didn't have a lot of things wrong. I noticed that I've had 3 times of a kind of a toxic cleansing. For a few hours, I felt a little nauseated, and I figure, aha, my liver needs some help. And that has happened to me, just I say, 3 times in a year. And the other thing I've had is a couple times of spurts of joy right out of nowhere. And of course, it is joyful being in LifeWave, but it was more than just that. And that's basically my experience. I have a little bit of knee pain, which I'm hoping to be following Bob Campbell's example eventually and be able to say I have 0 knee pain. So I'm at 1 year and thrilled. Thank you.
And my dear, you also look younger. So thank you. And I mean, wow, 6 days and neck pain, shoulder pain gone. What a blessing. What a blessing. I'm so happy that you're in our, as we call it here in Hawaii, the Ohana, our LifeWave family. So I see a couple of names over here unmuted. Mary Culp, did you want to say something? Share your story? Because I have you on the
Do you have me?
Oh, okay. If
Hi.
you do, welcome.
Hi, Sheila. I'm in pretty good health. We've been on patches since the middle of March, and I myself have not experienced massive amount, maybe a little more energy, a little better sleep, but that goes up and down. I think there's a lot of, like Vicki said, a lot of detoxing that's been going on, and that's been a good thing. Got to get your body ready for the good stuff. But my husband has, John, he's on the call too as well. He's got neuropathy, and the swelling in his legs have gone down as soon as he started wearing the patches, as well as he's no restlessness at night, which keeps him awake, which is a good thing. We're looking forward to some good experience in the very near future as we progress along, because we're a little older. Dan's 81 and I'm 181 or 82, and I'm 80. I can't forget, young. So, we just keep hanging in there, and we've got some good counsel with our upline, and that's been a great move. We so enjoy these wonderful calls and the wonderful experiences that we've heard. It's just been awesome, and gives us encouragement to hang in there, as well as for our downline to hang in there too. So we're blessed. Thank you so much, Onyx and Sheila, for putting together these calls, and we appreciate you guys. Love you.
Mary, you're so sweet. We love you. And it's so wonderful that John is feeling better. I know what restless leg syndrome is like. At night, you cannot sleep. And just to be able to get that sleep is what gives you the ability for your body to go into those healing modes, right? Because if you don't get a sleep, you're not going into REM and on and on. So congratulations. Very happy for you. Okay, I see Sandy. I'm going to try it. Sanat, your mic is unmuted. Did you want to say something, hun? Maybe not. I see P. Scott Stram is also unmuted. If you would like to share.
Sure. I'm fairly new at this. I'm on my 6th week right now on X39. I'm 67 years old, pretty athletic, and I have an energy healing business that does quite well. I'm really helping a lot of people for a long time. But my problem is every 2 or 3 years, I get inflammation, my whole body, and I can't lift my arms over my head. My hips are sore. I can't work out. And it's kind of embarrassing when I'm trying to help people get better and I can hardly move. And this year added on to it, I couldn't make a fit. I couldn't move my fingers. Like this hand, I could just do about this. That was about as far as I could go, no matter what I did. So in the past, what I would do is prednisone, steroid, and it would clear it up in a couple of hours. And then I have to go off it gradually and deal with the horrendous side effects, which were, you have to stay on it for a few months. So I went to my doctor. She looked at it. She says, well, the hand is probably carpal tunnel. And I'm going, no, I know what carpal tunnel is. That's not what I got going on. And she wrote me a script for prednisone. And I just don't want to go through this again. And I had a friend who had patched me a couple of times. So I went back to her, ordered the X39, put it on, and now I'm 6 weeks into it. And there's my fist right there, hands over the head, no problem. And I have a 4 o'clock appointment this afternoon with the doctor, and she's expecting to see how I'm doing on the steroid. And I'm going to tell her, nope, I didn't take it. And this is what I did. And she's going to probably look at me like I have 2 heads, but that's fine and now I'm sharing it with other people, and I'll be manager tomorrow. So I'll just get started on that.
Congratulations. Congratulations. How exciting. And when you said, I'm going to be able to tell her, that I went off the medicine, I'm thinking I would be like, yeah, I went off your medicine. I didn't even take it.
I didn't even take it. Yeah, I know.
Fighting an ebullient, or are you going to be very calm and just say, no, I didn't? Yeah.
She is not very open to anything holistic. So it's going to be I'm really kind of excited and curious and terrified about what's going to happen. So.
Well, turn that fear into more excitement and just shine. And, amazing. I was a massage therapist for 15 years. So I know about the hands, and amazing. So wonderful to see your hands being able to move again for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, I muscle test with my hands. That's how I read people. So I'm doing this about 1,000 times a day on days where I'm working, literally 1,000 times a day. And so that's, I think, part of it.
Congratulations. I'm really happy.
Bet. And it's great to be a part of all this and this team. It's wonderful, and really enjoying attending calls and using the resources. So great.
Keep it up.
Okay.
All right. Well, I see Miss Bonnie's got her hand raised over here. And come on,
Hi.
Bonnie.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, we're in the car and I'm going to drive over a bridge. I hope I don't lose your connection. But anyway, I'll share real quick. Prior to X39, I had broken both wrists twice, my femur. I had pretty severe osteoporosis. A lot of good things, trying to get rid of it, always exercise. And all I can tell you is I had a bone in April, I had a test. I am now mild osteopenia. Every time I've gone to like the dentist, they say, wow, you got so much bone mass. Your bones are really, you got a lot of growth. I'm 76 years old. My orthopedist that had done the surgery said, wow, you've got so much bone mass. You hardly even have any arthritis. I mean, I've just got like 4 different health professionals in the last year tell me they're amazed. Yesterday was really nice. I went to get my teeth cleaned, and the hygienist, it was a different hygienist, it was a new dentist, and she kept saying, wow, you take really good care of your teeth. You floss, right? You don't eat sweets, right? You don't drink. And I finally said, so I pulled down I said, I'm a wellness consultant. She says, yeah, but you're a wellness consultant. She said, you're walking your talk. She said, you look so healthy. And she said, what do you do? And I gave her, of course, the commercial for the X39 and left her some patches. She was excited. So that's my testimony. And I made it before I got to the bridge.
Before the bridge. I love you, Bonnie. You're so sweet. That is amazing, though. 4 different situations of bone loss, and all 4 doctors or dentists all comment. That is telling you the different things right there.
Oh, yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm just really happy.
It's amazing. And tell me how old again you are, please, sweetheart.
76 and a half.
76 and a half, having bone growth, everyone.
Right. Yeah.
I
Amazing.
mean, this is amazing. Totally amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Bonnie, and hugs to you and Bob. Yeah. Oh, I got to put that little hand down. All right. Who else? Let me see. Somebody
Me.
else.
All right.
Miss Nina, bring it
Yes.
on, darling.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
I've written it all down because I have a little brain fog from COVID. So
Okay.
here I go. I started and I didn't really feel much of anything. And I promised my friend that I would use it for 6 months. I then had a new physician. I had blood work done, went back to see him, and he said, I don't believe it, Nina. You're 82 years old and your blood work is that of a 55-year-old woman. Yay! You know, so the other things are energy, floaters, no floaters at this stage of my life. I did have them, gums and teeth. I had physical therapy because I had an imbalance. We don't know why, just mental probably. But at any rate, my physical therapist said to me, I don't believe it. You finished so much faster than I ever anticipated. And it was, so I said, well, it was the patch, but he wasn't interested, and that's okay. But he knew how I got there. That's the end, or the beginning.
The beginning, right? And I got to say, everybody, I know her personally, and she's a spitfire. At 82, man, it gave you back all of the vim and vigor, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, your vitality, and you are a blessing for me to know, my sweet friend, and I love you. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you so much. Trisha Carlton, you have your hand up. Come on, beautiful girl.
I do have my hand up because I can't stand it any longer. I have to share too. I've been on a little longer than some of the people who've been speaking, but it's been about 1.5 years. And I was on one of the podcasts when I'd only been on it for 4 months, and shared how quickly it worked for me. I had a bad reaction to some medicine that a doctor just said I just had to have. It was the only thing that was going to help me. And after 1 week on that medicine that he wanted me to take for 3 months, I was out mowing my yard. And I have to say, I was 70 years old mowing my yard. And I'd never had chest pains before until that day. And so I just went, okay, I'm stopping now. And it was about a week later, I talked to a naturopathic friend of mine, and she suggested the patches. And so I got them. And 2 days after I started it, I felt the fluttering where I had the chest pains. And then I'd had a fall about 6 months before that on my right hip. And after 4 days, I felt tingling all up and down the right side hip and down to my foot. And it's continued to improve. And I've been patching my feet, my knees, my hips. When I had the same malady that Nina had, I patched my throat because my throat hurt so badly. And I patched my behind my ear because I'd had a fall several years ago where I fell off a 6-foot ladder and hit my head on the brick window ledge.
Oh.
So one of the ladies on one of the podcasts had said, if you've had a head injury, you might want to try here. And I did, and I could feel the wooziness and all. And so I changed the spot for a while, but I've had lots and lots of improvement in the 1.5 years.
Wow, Trisha. And you, It's the day for young looking people to talk. I swear, you don't look 70. Okay. And congratulations on all of the wonderful improvements. I mean, it sounded like you had that retracing with where your leg was tingling. That to me is a retracing incident that, what that means for anyone that's new on the call is that when you have an injury somewhere in your body, it has not just the cell memory of that injury, whether it was a cut or a bruise, but it has memory in that there could be emotion tied up to it too. And so sometimes the body has to come back years later, 6 months for Miss Trisha, and just say, hey, we're going to clean it out. And then you go through like a little bit of that same pain you may have felt originally. And all of a sudden it's just gone. So if you're having that type of experience, please don't be afraid of it. Welcome it and say, thank you for shifting that and getting rid of it. So thanks for sharing that, Trisha, because, some people I'm sure don't know about it and you went through it. So
Well, one of the other things that I had was my reflexes seem so much better. I notice it when I'm driving, and I'm not nearly as anxious when I'm driving. Like I have to go through Dallas to get to my brother's house, and I hate driving in Dallas. And so I try to avoid rush hour at all costs. And I've noticed that even when I go through now, it's like easy peasy. So, and I'm headed that way this weekend. So I'm so excited.
That's wonderful. So that tells me your brain is balanced because you're able to literally process your emotional feelings differently. And so, wow, these are so exciting to hear all these different stories for people. It just fills my heart. Thank you for sharing with us, Trisha.
You're very welcome.
We have got the beautiful Carol Lowenstein, my lovely friend. Welcome. What do you have to share today?
Oh, hey there. Mine is a little different. For people who know astrology, mine's more emotional. So I have Capricorn rising and Virgo moon, which is real. I'm over organized. I'm a hyper organized Pisces of all things. But anyway, right. So I've been one of these people who, like, I'll make a to-do list for today that's as long enough for like a week and a half or two. Right. And I've done this my whole life. And then my brain goes, well, when are you going to get to that? And what about that? And when are you going to do this? And, so what's happened for me with the X39 was so gorgeous. That pointy finger is gone. And I feel more like divine orchestration, like I feel this inner guidance way more coming through, where everything is in a natural flow of timing that I'm trusting, and I feel guided to what is important. And then when something isn't done, I know that there's a beautiful flow that will have me in the right time do that thing. And it's just an amazing shift of a lifetime. And my husband's had all kinds of athletic accidents and stuff. He had really swollen ankle on the leg, on the half of his body that really clobbered himself a bunch. And he, overnight, the very first night we started, that went down to normal size. And he's had bone on bone. Right now he's releasing excess weight and having way more fluidity of movement. So that, it works on so many levels of who we are as light, what is needed the most. So I love it. That's my story.
Carol, I just love you because you know what? You pointed out something that I think many people have not got in their awareness, that it can shift us spiritually as well. And what we have to remember is that we are really spiritual beings having a physical experience, right? And so why wouldn't it help us open up to shift that divine energy? And I'm so I'm so grateful that I know you, and just not a lot of people are willing to share that aspect of how it helps us. And it's David told us at convention, he told us on this call on our 100th episode, he is divinely inspired. And so these patches are all divine inspiration. And I'm so grateful for you reminding us of that through your testimony.
I'll say one other thing. I feel like I'm in my energy, my fluidity in life. I feel like I'm in my 30s. I'm not. I'm 73, but I feel this fabulous energy. I sleep like a baby. I just love the flow of what is happening. And I feel like I've been through all I've been through to come to this gift to be able to offer people. So
Well,
thank you.
Carol, I met you 2.5 years ago in person, and a little more than 2.5 years ago. And you too, my dear, don't look anywhere near your 70s. Okay. And it is just mind-blowing, the age reversal that I am literally witnessing in front of me today. Because not everybody, I see you guys on the screen, but when we're focused on whatever our call is, it's not like I'm sitting and staring at you guys. But when you come on and you share and you talk with us, it's like, wow. And I'm so blessed to be able to just sit here and listen to your stories, because this allows us to go out and share more with other people. So thank you, everybody, for sharing with us, however it's helping. So who's up next? Sandy over here. I see Sandy Sinot. You're unmuted. Do you want to talk, sweetheart? Nope, just popped out. Okay. Well, who else would like to tell us your story? Because I can talk story. Sandy Padnos, how has it helped you? There you go. I see that little hand.
Well, I'm going to take us from Carol's divine inspiration straight to the toilet.
The reasons I love this woman.
Well, okay. Many of you who know me know that I've been actively reversing symptoms I've experienced from MS using X39. It was on the intimacy of this Onyx and Shelia Coale that I first opened up something that's not necessarily socially acceptable to talk about, and that was the bowel challenges that I've had. And I explained to the group that I'd had 3 pelvic floor surgeries that impacted my elimination. And that was, all of that led up to MS later in life. But anyway, we know that the X39 works on wound healing, and we've heard that it dissolves scars. Well, that's really apparent when somebody's had a knee replacement or a hip replacement. We see the before and after shots. It's really hard when you're healing your colon, okay? And yet I just continue. I have the most intimate relationship with my colon. That's all I can say. Colon therapy and watching the results and all this kind of stuff. But let's just say I actually feel the lower scars from the last surgery dissolve, and now I'm working my way up, and I see that the challenges are a little bit higher up the colon. I guess that's about as graphic as I want to get, but it's, I know that a lot of us are in the habit of expressing gratitude when we wake up in the morning, but I just want you to know that my gratitude comes every day. First of all, every day, every day when those toxins exit. So anyway, I just thought I'd share something really personal. Carol, sorry to follow you up with that, but okay, that's how it went.
But that's divine, okay? Because first of all, to me, one of the things that Sandy is just telling us that she's expressing is radical gratitude, okay? Being grateful for those kind of way out there things that we take for granted every day in life, okay? Because I don't know what a percentage, I probably never been polled in the real world, but I'm sure there's a large percentage of people that don't have regular systems. And that, it's a lot of different reasons. I mean, we can talk about physical, emotional, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. When you experience that healing on that level, that is deep internal, and pardon my word, healing, shifting. Okay, we're going to say shifting. When you experience that shifting, that is truly when you can be grateful for things. So Sandy, my friend, I'm grateful that you shared your story, and I almost used a word, but it would have been funny, but I won't offend anyone.
Well, it's also the intimacy and the trust of this community that allows that. We all have each other's backs here, and we're all cheering on each other's successes. And so we create a comfort level amongst us that is extraordinary. And Sheila, you, my sweet friend, you orchestrate that so well along with Onyx.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. You're a doll. Thank you, man. This is like so beautiful today, because we've heard lots of stories and we still have 15 minutes. So who else is going to come up and share with us? Because like I told you, I can talk story. Oh, David Maringoff, I'm just calling you up. I'm calling you out, brother. How have you been helped by the X39? Come on. He's like, no, he's too shy. Okay. David is a digital warrior. He is behind our scenes and he does a lot for our different calls and stuff. So I want to just say thanks, David, because you do a lot of stuff for our community, and thank you, brother. Okay, I see a hand. Steve Littler, come back on. Come on.
Along with David always makes us laugh.
That's
He sends
right.
me the funniest text messages. He always wants to play golf with me. I mean, always wants to play golf with David Schmidt. He's even willing to play putt-putt golf.
Hey,
So
I got a new driver, Dave. We'll talk about that later, though. Steve, what more do you have to share for us, brother?
Oh, yeah. I just want to say, okay, when I started on these X39, I was 67 and a half years old. Now I'm 70 in a couple weeks. So I'm feeling more like 25-ish, on the inside, and my skin, especially on my arms, is more like a 25-year-old, or 20-year-old. I mean, it's so smooth. I can't even believe it. So anyway, but I want to tell my mom's success story. So, when I first got started, I just went ahead and bought a diamond pack because I said, I'm going to use this, give it a good 6 months and use it with my mom, who's 87 and a half. Okay. So anyway, and she just turned 90. So, but the deal is that she was having more and more absent-mindedness, trouble finding words, etc. And her hair was really silver. She had full head of hair and very silver, and she really liked it. But anyway, so I got her these patches and she's been using them. And you know that her hair is now all kinds of gray and black has come into it. And she's a little bit mad about that because she liked her silver hair. All right. Also, her memory and cognition is way much better, way much better. Also, my mom has been organizing all kind of political and social issues for, 60 years, 70 years. And so she runs all these women's clubs and things like that. And she's been the president of every club in town. And so anyway, and people can't believe how much she does. And she's on the computer all day long, emailing people and setting up organizations and being on Zoom calls. So anyway, and another thing she does is international folk dancing. So she goes out and dances that a couple times a week. And so they jump around and everything. I don't even do that because it's, too much for me. And I just shot video of her and her group for a UNICEF fundraiser for children. And so people can't believe. Now, she just had her 90th birthday and she invited 160 of her best friends. And so anyway, 70 of them showed up. And people can't believe how active and vital she is, running around and everything, because all of her friends are 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and some of them can barely walk. and they just can't believe that she's dancing and running around and organizing all these things. So, and she's really good with her crosswords and her jumbles and everything. So I'm really excited about that because I wanted to make sure that, you know, she's around as long as possible, because I pretty much take care of her and everything, but she hardly needs taken care of. And and she's the one that drives all her friends to their doctor's offices and appointments. And if they have trouble, she goes over and gets them. So anyway, you know, it's been really good for that kind of a thing too.
When I'm 90, I wish to still be able to be running around with my friends and delivering them places, because I'm the one that's in the peak of health. But wouldn't it be great if all of our 90-year-old friends are in the peak of health with us as a community? I mean, what a great story, Steve. Did she have dementia at all? Or, you know, a little bit of, you said memory loss, but was there, like my mom was dementia a little bit, but then she boomed on in. So was she well, she in the beginning,
she wasn't
or
diagnosed,
you know what I'm
or
asking?
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she wasn't diagnosed or anything like that, but I could tell, you know, she was really struggling to find words and remember things. And, you know, she'd be sitting on her laptop all day long, sending emails and stuff. But, you know, if you ask her something, she would have trouble finding the words and stuff. And she is like a zillion times better now. And just, you know, and still doing that dancing and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm a dancer too, you know, but I'm an Argentine tango dancer, and that's a lot more sedate. You know, social dancing, you know, it's just a hug and a walk, you know, and the songs are only 3 minutes long. You know, these guys that do the folk dancing, those are like 4 or 5 minute songs, and they're jumping and, you know, running around and everything like that. No, that's too much for me. And you have to have memorize these choreographies and stuff. No, I have to be, you know, all of mine is improvised. You know, I have a bunch of steps, but, you know, I never do the same ones twice, and I just depends on how the music and how I feel about it. So, but no, I can't do those long choreographies, you know, where everybody has to be in sync at the same time. I can't do that.
It's a lot of work. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Steve, and thank you for sharing us how you blessed your mother. And I think so many of us have found blessings for ourselves with this amazing X39 patch, but it isn't neat when you actually get to help your parents. And so it's beautiful to hear the story and hear how much difference it's made. And I've heard so many testimonials from people who have been able to help their parents over the last, I think I've been here now for 3 years and 3 weeks. So it's just absolutely fantastic to watch everybody grow. One of the things I'll remind you all when building business, don't focus on trying to find a matching testimonial to something that is maybe wrong in one of the people that you're talking to. Maybe they have a symptom, maybe they've been diagnosed with something. And I watch all the time that you all are like, you know, I need to find somebody who's had an experience with this, or I need to find somebody who's had experience with that. That will slow your business down. What I remind everybody, what I started at the beginning of this call sharing, was that Sheila's experience is going to be completely different than mine. And we could both have the exact same symptom or the exact same issue. And even with that, we're going to have a different experience. The only way you're going to know whether or not X39 is going to be successful for you is to put the patch on. And I tell everybody to give it a minimum of a 90-day trial. But many people, I'll say, listen, you should plan on wearing this at least for 1 month for every decade that you are old. But for instance, we spoke about Bob Campbell. Bob Campbell, I think he's in his mid-70s, had no experience for the first 6 months and kept wearing the patch and kept wearing X39, because he kept hearing all the testimonials around. And then after 6 months, blam, he had a huge shift in his body. And so each one of us is different. So don't slow yourself and don't slow your business down trying to find specific testimonials that match with whoever you're speaking with. Know that X39 helps with all conditions, helps with all symptoms, helps with all diagnoses. What you've got to do is put the patch on. Okay, what an amazing call. Thank you so much, Sheila. Thank you, everybody who shared. It was fantastic. It's so neat to hear everybody's experience always. I want to remind everybody, we are startx39.com. You're going to see some new stuff coming up on there. Sierra's been working on that. So beyond the 104 languages, we've got some new data that's going to be coming onto that page, which is fantastic. So that'll be probably over the next couple of days, you'll see that shift. Tomorrow night is Wednesday night. So we have an opportunity meeting Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. This opportunity meeting, there will not be a live component. It's all going to be online. So you're welcome to come on and join for yourself. You're welcome to bring your guests on, or you're welcome to just send your guests on, whatever works best for you. We usually have multiple hundreds. Sometimes we get close to 400 people on the call. So you will want to jump on that call and be a part if you've got time on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we've got a Spanish opportunity call. So if you speak Spanish, or you have other members in your team who speak Spanish, or prospects that are interested in the business who speak Spanish, you can send them on the call. And brand new Senior Presidential Director, Mike Insahi, will be leading that call on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to continue with our 90-day run to Aruba. I know you all have seen the rank advancements. It's been just crazy good, right? Crazy, crazy good. We put up the list of everybody and it just kept bottoming out. There were so many names. Facebook didn't want to let us on, but I've been putting up pictures as I receive them so that everybody can see who's rank advancing and share the congratulations. That's one of the most beautiful things about this community is everybody's here to see everybody else succeed. So it's really a wonderful place for me anyway. I feel so blessed to be here, to be involved, and to be a part of, each one of your lives as you get to be part of my life and all the other people around. So thank you very much for a beautiful call. Thank you, Ms. Sheila, for everything you do. Thank you, Patsy, for everything you do. Thank you, David and Sandy, and all the other people that help support this beautiful organization. I appreciate you all. Everybody have a fantastic Tuesday. 331, 331, 331. Focus, 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 and watch your business build.
And keep watering, because you know what? Yesterday morning, I signed a gentleman that I patched in July. And he and I have been doing a dance on the phone call, missing each other. But you know what? If you're persistent, you can make it happen. Okay.
That's correct. And think about Steve and Gina Merritt. I signed them. I gave them patches in 3 years and 3 months ago when I started in this business. Wow. And kept circling back around, circling back around, circling back around. I never take a no, never. It's a no, not right now. And I'm always looking for that opportunity. When is that door going to open? So to remind everyone, because it was just asked, I saw in the links, the opportunity meeting is here on the Quantum Field channel. The Spanish meeting is here on the Quantum Field channel, and the 90-day run to Aruba on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern is here on the Quantum Field channel. All Quantum Field calls now on this channel have a passcode. It's easy to remember, you all. It's 39. Passcode is 39. So all calls from here forward will have the passcode, which makes it much, much easier, because so many calls, we're having hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's a lot of work to get everybody into the room, get everything organized. So we decided technology-wise that this would be the best way as our group continued to grow. So I think there's one more hand that just came up, Ms. Sheila. You want to pull that before we close?
Yeah. Oh, where'd she go?
Oh, maybe that answered the call. Maybe that answered the question.
Hello.
Oh,
hello, Jennifer. Welcome.
Hi. So I started on the X39 about 4 months ago, and I was born with epilepsy. I was diagnosed at 9 months old, and I was constantly exhausted, tired. I would constantly yawn or fall asleep at work. And 4 months later, not only that, I was drinking like 3 to 4 energy drinks a day. I was drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee, which isn't really good for a person with epilepsy. And 4 months later, I'm not drinking any energy drinks. I'm only drinking 1 to 2 cups of coffee. And I've knocked my seizure medication in half. I was doing 6 pills. Now I'm doing 3 pills.
Wow.
Yeah. And on top of that, I also was born with a lazy eye, and I could never get any function out of that eye. And I'm just amazed every morning when I wake up, I can see a little bit better than I could the day before. And
Wow.
before,
After
it
4
was-
months.
yeah, and before it was like looking at Christmas trees, and now it's more, I really can't explain it, but my glasses make it clear, and it's like when I take my glasses off, it's like 2 shades from what I see with my glasses. And before it was more like that eye were just display, and it would never move, and I can actually get it to follow the other eye when you put a finger in
Wow.
front of your face. It's just amazing what this product has done for me. And I have to thank Rock Rices for introducing it to me and giving me all the information to review. So if it had not been for him, I would not have known about X39.
Wow, what an amazing testimonial. And I hope that reminds all of you how important it is to take a chance. Because if you don't open your mouth and take a chance, you don't have a chance to bless somebody else. I can't wait to hear where you're going to be at 1 year in. I mean, you're only 4 months of wearing the patch.
I know. It's going to be funny if in 1 year, if I have 20/20 vision. That's
Won't
going
that
to
be amazing?
Yeah, I'll be able to drive a car, and I've never drove a car in my entire life. That would be so cool.
What a beautiful goal. And I would say this beautiful group of light workers, let's decide together, lift her up and see that miracle happen in your life. Because when we come together as a group, we know all frequencies change and everything rises. So I'm going to see that as a real possibility and as a miracle that happens in your life. But remember, this little patch is not doing it. It's your body that's doing it. Your body is capable of curing and healing itself. And that's exactly what you're watching going on. God made a beautiful body in you, and now you're watching it cure and heal itself in the most amazing ways. So thank you so much for sharing your testimonial. That's just life-changing. And wow, what a beautiful story. Thank you. Thank you. You bless us.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for being here with us today. We love our LifeWave Ohana. Our team is spectacular. Get out there, shine your light, and help someone else shine theirs. All with light, right?
Exactly.
That's
It's so
all it is.
beautiful. It's so
Light.
beautiful. All right, everybody. Have a blessed Tuesday. Thank you so much.